Mm-mm. Get it, dog.
Oh. Right through ya.
Fuck.
Woof, woof.
Dog.
Bark, bark. Woof, woof.
What it does, what it's poppin', what it's crack-a-lackin', everybody. My name is C.
My name is No Short.
My name is Dan The Rock Johnson.
It is, and welcome to Bad Habits, episode 76. Mans is in the building. Mans, 2 days late this week. I blame all of us.
I blame Notion.
Well, I started the blame.
Mm-hmm.
I pushed it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Notion pushed it, but I started it, so I take the blame. I don't want to put that on Notion right there. It is not fair.
No, I blame you. See, yes.
There you go.
There you go.
I was ready to go, man.
There you go.
Well, yes, it was. I think I had another podcast that normally wouldn't be done on Sundays. I didn't have a choice because it was a collaborative thing. Then you couldn't do Monday, and then I couldn't do last night. So here we are on Wednesday. We're going to drop it anyway. Second last pod of the year. How are you fellas doing?
Good.
Sweet.
We're all good, you know. We're all
Mate,
good.
staying well.
Yep. Started yoga. It was great.
Look at that, yoga
Changed
dad.
my apartment round.
What's your favorite? Oh yeah, switch it up. We're gonna check it out. What's your what's your favorite yoga pose?
Oof. It's definitely not downwards dog because that's fucking difficult. I can't put my
Okay.
heels to the ground.
I don't think you're
Well,
supposed to. You're supposed to pedal.
No, okay. Well, I'm not flexible, so it's difficult. I like.
Yeah, the flexibility part is hard.
I don't know what I like.
Where do you do it? From like the YouTube videos and
YouTube videos, yeah.
stuff? Some good ones.
That's good.
Who do you use? Do you know who you...
No. I just
There's this girl I used to watch called, I think it was called Yoga with Adrienne. ADRIENE or something.
Okay.
She had everything. Like
Oh,
beginner
shit.
ones to strengthen this thing, ones for mindfulness. Like she had 1 million, she got like 8 million subscribers.
Oh, that's
A
nice.
ton of playlists. Like she was my favorite. I enjoyed that, but it's
My favorite sideways plan.
you like that? I hate
It's
that.
much better than half the shit I do.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Interesting.
I don't know why.
If you find something that works, then it's cool. But most of it is fucking hard.
It's fucking different.
Have you done yoga, Nosh?
Not in like classes or anything, but I've done the old, YouTube follow along and then stretches that I've learnt from, unfortunately, being broken and going to like, fucking chiropractors and physios and acupuncture cunts that give you a little 1, 2, 7, 8 knowledge, and then just kind of remember stretches over time, and I've collated a whole bunch. So yeah, I don't really do any strict regiment, but I do go to the chiropractor a lot. But I don't know, man. No specific yoga stuff, just stretching in general. I wouldn't say it's yoga.
Okay.
I don't want to like call myself a yogi. You know what I mean? Like it's not even close.
I feel
to
like you
accurate.
might be. I wonder if it's good for you to be tall and like long-limbed for yoga, or if that makes it harder. Because like with weights, I know that I used to work out with my friend Scott, and I've got like you and me have monkey arms. Like my arms,
We have long.
you and
Yeah.
yes,
I have quite long arms
as well.
Yeah, really long.
You're like 6. I'm 5'11". Nosh is like 6'3", but me and Nosh have the same wingspan, so my arms are the same length.
Yeah, it's marginal.
Which is
It's
makes
crazy.
me look more like a fucking weirdo because I guess my arms are too long for my
Then
torso.
just orangutan, fam.
So I find that if you think about it, right, if you're pushing like doing bench press, and Scott's got stumpy arms for his body in comparison to mine then. So he doesn't have as far to go to push to do a full extension with his arms, but I gotta push way further.
And also the muscles look bigger in that shorter arm length, because that's the thing. Like I've been long as fuck. I'm strong as shit now because I've been mountain biking and all that sort of crap. But like muscles don't look that much bigger until I actually have. It's weird. Like it's a longer way to go for my range of motion, but I also have a longer limb, so my muscles don't look as big as a shorter cunt, but I'm equally as strong, for example.
That's a good point.
But yeah, all
Never
kinds of
thought about
different
that.
advantages
strange,
and
yeah.
disadvantages of being a tall cunt. Same with
Right.
riding a bike and stuff when I'm on the trail. So it's weird.
Yeah, it's funny when I never really thought about that, and I was curious about yoga then, but I love it. That's what's going on. So another thing that fucked up that happened last week, this apartment, I am in the sky, a bunch of floors up, and we had a flood last Wednesday. So about 3 floors above us, in winters, Canada, and this dude apparently left his door open, the balcony door open, and there's right underneath it's a heater, and in this, I don't know what you got in yours, Nosh, but we have it's water powered
oil
heating.
heaters. Trash.
Your oil heaters. Okay, cool. We got like some sort of, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like this white thing that goes all the way along the length of the room, and apparently there's a pipe in it, and I guess it's hot water through the pipe, and then that emanates the heat. So apparently he had his thermostat off, which makes that not hot water, and then the door opened wide enough, it froze the pipe burst, and then it went down 10 floors. Like it was
10 floors.
10 floors, and our entire living
That's-
room was a puddle. It was fucked up. So we lost. At the end, we only lost. I have a rug that normally just to protect the floor from this wheelie chair that I'm on right now. That was fucked, but that was nothing. It was like $10 or whatever. And then we had a rug under our bed, so I went in the bedroom too. The bathroom ceiling was dripping this bright yellow fucking liquid. It's disgusting.
It's water.
I guess it was water that had gone through the
Rusted
pipes
fucking
and stuff.
asbestos
Yeah.
water.
Yeah, fuck. And went into the
Maybe.
bedroom and it fucked the rug under the bed, so we threw both of those out. But fortunately, as soon as it started happening, we just grabbed shit, everything off the floor that was like tech or anything that was valuable, and
Smart.
put it on the table here, on the desk, on a chair, on the couch, whatever. Just grabbed it. So fortunate enough, we didn't. But now they have to. They said that to like literally right now, this is like. Kind of stuff, but like a piece of the floor, like the little floor is falling apart.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So it's all come up in like this stupid. It's old school, like they just never changed it, but it's like that old parquet. It's literally, it's not even off. I can't really turn the camera
It's
down,
like,
but
like Jenga.
basically exactly like
block.
Jenga. Yep, and it's all like it starts because it's flat and it pops up
Bowing.
slowly into like a pyramid.
Fucking hell.
And then because that makes you trip, I just stomp on it, and then now it's all just like spastic on the floor. I got like a towel over it so we don't like keep tripping.
Suspension floor. Now you can do like backflips and shit. I'm
It's
kidding.
not a bad idea. You want to do it?
Let's try it. Do it right.
I
Shit
mean,
right now.
Let's fucking go.
Do it live right now.
But
What
they're
about-
gonna fucking I think early next week, right before we leave for Christmas and stuff, they're gonna literally replace the flooring in the entire apartment. We have a lot of stuff in a small space, so it's gonna be a challenge to move stuff. Like say they do the living room, we gotta probably take one half of the room and put it on the other half. They'll do that, and then you got to move it all, wait for it to dry, and they're gonna change the floors completely, then move it across. So it's gonna be. They said they want to start early, and I am not an early person. I'm going to have a real bad week next week. I'm not looking forward to it.
I'm sorry, mate.
It's okay.
Let's
I'm,
try another day.
Yeah, I'm dreading. Well, no, Dan's going to come see you first, so we're going to be able to like get us up. Dan will just take his key, and I can go chill and sleep on his couch. I'll bring some sheets and just fucking go back to bed in this bitch.
Just fucking
Melt
belt
the
it, mate.
vibes.
You enjoy.
I won't belt it.
No,
I promise.
Yeah, it's alright.
I
You can
mean-
do it.
I can don't
Just
tell
run out in the sea, buddy. No
Anything.
worries.
Anything.
Just leave little puddles.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway.
truth.
I know, right? Fucking hell, man. So, so this episode will be the second last of the year. We want to do a nice little wrap-up episode. Hang on a second. Will we do one next week before we go? I guess I didn't really think about that.
Oh, yeah.
It might be the second or third last.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
I guess we
Yeah.
can do one on Monday. That should
Oh,
be shit.
no, I can't.
Well, you'll be there.
I'll be at the Raptors game.
on the Monday
On
or
the 20th.
Sunday?
Oh, the 20th, which is the Monday.
Monday.
Yeah,
So
I'll
we
be
do
at-
it on the Sunday. Or you leave on the Sunday.
I leave on Sunday.
Okay, so worst case, if we could
We
do...
can make the last one. I don't know.
We'll figure it out. I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess we have to talk about it. But we want to try and do all one together while we're all in Toronto.
Yeah, that could be the last one.
Which would be the first time ever. I don't think me and No should be in the same room at all ever for this pod since we started.
Bad habit,
Mhm.
yeah.
76 episodes deep. So it'd be kind of cool if we were all able to pull that off. So we're going to see what see what we can do. Hey?
I want to touch you, bro. Pause. Maybe? No? No,
No
pause.
pause.
I want to touch
No
you.
pause.
No
Cool.
pause.
We don't pause
I want
that.
to touch everyone. Yeah.
What was that?
Just
So we're going to do like the usual end of year wrap up and stuff. Maybe like our top 5 or whatever albums and songs of the year and artists and moments. Maybe our favorite verses of the year, all that bullshit. So we'll put all that together. So where should we start this week? I guess we could talk about the music if anyone listened to anything.
yeah. I listened to
To a couple tunes,
yeah,
eh?
a few tunes.
Yeah, you guys talk about anything that you guys liked. I didn't have a ton, to be honest.
I only speak of ones that I liked. Song called Headliner by NSG. It's kind of cool. Like
NSG.
Yeah, they're like a UK group.
Just MSG, like the fucking,
like the
additive.
Ingredient additive.
Food additive. The
Food
salt.
team.
Fake salt.
Fake salt team, which makes everything taste good.
Yummy.
But NSG, they're like a UK group. They make Afrobeats music, but like they're cool, and I like their music. But this tune was alright.
Okay.
It was alright. Like it was.
You're alright.
Yeah, well, you're alright, but like it was alright. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like it was alright. They also had another song called Susanna, and they dropped like a little three song tape. But like it was alright.
Okay.
Yeah, none of them were like spectacular. They were just all a bit meh. Next one was, I think, let me just go on my app and just confirm who the artist was. I think this was Migos and Jim Jones.
I think I saw something
Was
about
that
that. What a
Reset
strange
Trends?
like combo, no?
Yeah, but it was actually kind of good. It was actually,
Yeah?
it was actually really good. I liked
Okay.
it. Jim Jones was hard. Migos
Was it
hard.
what style? Was it like a Migos style kind of beat?
No,
No?
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't
Interesting.
say so at all. But it was actually really good. It was actually a good tune. I liked it.
Sick.
Another one I listened to, I think this is Flatbush Zombies
Yeah.
and RZA. Plug
I just
Edits.
read that one on this list here.
It was alright. It was weird.
Is it alright?
It was a bit weird.
Flappable Zombies are weird though, to be
They
fair.
are weird, but they have a couple of songs that I really like. But then other than that, like
Plug addicts.
they are pretty weird sometimes. And yeah, RZA was right. Like it wasn't that good. It wasn't really. I was kind of disappointed. I was actually really looking forward to that.
Okay.
And another one is was Mortgage Free by 2 Chainz.
Just saw that in
DJ
Premiere.
Premier.
What's the deal?
Dude.
Meh.
That's a weird combo
that's one
too.
of
Hey?
Weird combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is with the
Definitely a
weird
weird
combos this
combo,
week?
but it's definitely a
Mate,
good tune.
there's a tune on there with Megan Thee Stallion, Jimmy Fallon,
was gonna bring
and
that up.
Ariana Grande.
It was a masked Christmas. It was
Yeah.
called. It's so fucking corny, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking
Cringe.
corny.
So cool.
Skip
Did you-
through it.
I didn't know
Dude,
it
I
was
just
on
watched
this.
it before we started recording. I was just like, oh, let me see what this
Did you watch the
fucking
video?
shit is, 'cause obviously, yes, obviously.
Oh,
I
there's a
usually
video as
use
well.
YouTube
Yeah, the video.
thing,
Yeah.
I didn't see the video.
It came up
Cringe
like,
City.
oh, dude, yes, like honestly, one of the lamest, corniest things I've seen in a minute. It came
Right,
up on
they
just
must have
like,
got paid so much money. They're talking about all kinds of wild bullshit on there too.
yeah,
Probably got handed a bag of money from Pfizer or some cheeky cunts.
yeah, man, it
Talk
was
bullshit.
it was a
messy.
lot. It was really creepy. And look, I don't like Megan Thee Stallion on the best of days, and like Jesus Christ, man, like, and
Yeah, it was just
Ariana
crap.
embarrassed herself. I don't know, it was just they embarrassed the fuck out of themselves, and that shit is lame as
Mhm.
fuck. And like,
Jimmy Fallon, that's Jimmy Fallon.
yeah. So he always like, I guess he's like, I
Imagine
mean, it
if
was
there
a
was an
comedy.
artist Jimmy Fallon and the presenter Jimmy Fallon. Imagine that would be so funny.
That'd be very complicated.
Like, what the fuck?
I'd
Yeah,
love that.
he-
Okay.
You know how they do like the satirical songs and stuff. And bless you.
I see.
It was like
Hmm.
it was kind of like that, like a satirical. It wasn't serious, but it was just fucking dumb, bro. Like I don't know. It just felt like do you want to like however you feel about bless you about COVID protocols or whatever. It felt like propaganda. Like it just really felt like some shit that like a really whack government would make to
Yeah.
try and convince people to do something. Regardless, obviously we all wear masks, and I'm totally fine with that. But it just felt like this heavy, weird thing about it all, and like I don't know, man.
Mega forced.
Maybe it would have been funnier last year on the first thing, but this has been like coming up on 2 years of this shit, like pandemic stuff. So like it's not really fun. Why are you talking about it? Like we all know it. Now it's just like an annoying part of life. Like we don't need to. It's not novel really anymore. So I don't know. Cunts are corny as fuck. Sorry, I don't know if you all had other ones.
That was all I had.
That was you had. No, you have anything you enjoyed?
Yeah, I like the what do you call it? The Russ Chomp 2 album. That was pretty
Yes.
cool. Listened to that a couple of times actually.
What do you think of the bars overall?
Overall, cool. I was just trying to figure out whether I liked the production or the feature verse is better. Obviously, I think the feature verse trumped the production. Some of it was like lackluster from the names that were put up on the board, but it was still mostly good. A couple of tracks from Russell, I don't know, just sometimes he wasn't hitting, but like sometimes he really did.
Yeah.
Couple great tracks, couple great beats. I like the whole thing, like 7 out of 10, definitely worth a listen. That was like the main thing that I spun it back twice. That was cool. The Mortgage Free Preem and 2 Chainz was actually really cool. It was, kind of fairly classic slow emo, and then very different for 2 Chainz. So I actually kind of like that. There wasn't too much other shit that I listened to, and I'm just looking at the list. Is there
Yeah,
anything
let's
that
check
the Lucky Day, the Lucky
Candy
Day
Drip.
song.
That was cool, huh?
Candy, where is
Drip.
it at?
Candy Drip.
Candy Drip. Boom. Yeah, that was proper because
Lucky
my
Days.
boy.
Fucking awesome.
Who else? That was pretty much all I got around to be honest. There was a couple other. Oh, the Wiz Khalifa. I heard one song from the Wiz Khalifa, Kaido Sledgren. Wiz Got Wings. One of those songs, like a little snippet. Other than that, that's all I had time for that.
Yeah, I didn't really bother. I wanted to listen to the Alicia Keys new album called Keys. I totally just slipped up. Things have been a bit crazy. But I listened to Chomp as well, and I enjoyed Chomp. I actually watched 2 interviews with Russ. One was with Rory and Mal, and one was with Charlemagne on The Breakfast Club. I love Russ interviews, and like he called, there was a big kerfuffle online the other day on Twitter because someone took a snippet of the interview on The Breakfast Club. I don't know if you guys saw this, and it was like a 2-minute snippet out of context, and he was saying that the snippet, at least, it just said, you know what artists should do, like instead of going to a label and getting money, just go to the bank and get a line of credit. Like Trump cost me $250,000, or $60,000 for a Times Square billboard for 1 hour. That obviously you're supposed to go there, take all the photos in front of it, and then use those photos on social and boost ads and blah blah blah. The rest for beats and features and to put it together, because he didn't produce, I don't think, any of it. I think he got good features on the whole, and production features as well, I guess, on the whole thing. And then people, and that little snippet came out as in, like, don't use your own money, use other people's money, then you'll make it back and you pay the bank back. And people were like, what the fuck, man? Like, think about it. A lot of rappers don't come from means. They're not going to be able to go to the bank and just get $250K.
Yeah, to get credit. Yeah,
exactly. A lot of people. Exactly. A lot of people who are, trying to rap don't have the means, don't have good credit. Banks can be very racist, and they're going to, screw over people of color. All these different things, but in the context of the interview, he did say, if you're already buzzing and you're getting some streams, don't go looking for a deal.
Don't get a label.
Yeah, so he actually did
the important part.
Yeah, they cut out the important part, or maybe the 2 minutes 20-second limit on Twitter didn't include for it. So there's this rapper from Toronto who I follow called Deja SB. I was about to use the wrong. I don't know what pronouns she used. I know she's LGBT. I don't know if she runs by she or they, but my apologies if I have it wrong. But she's super funny. I'm just going to use she because I'm not sure. Super funny, always super smart ass and stuff. And she got a full back and forth, like a quote tweet back and forth with Russ about it, arguing about it. And then she said Russ called her. They got on the phone together. Like she's got a bit of a buzz too. She's doing all right and growing pretty nicely. So Russ got on the phone with the artist to clarify what he's talking about. He wasn't being a dick at all. She was like, kept saying, you're being disingenuous. You're trying to act as if everyone could do this. You're not talking about blah, blah, blah. But anyway, it's always interesting. Russ interviews always cause a drama. And it's just, I don't know. I like hearing him talk. I like kerfuffle. That's a good word, eh?
It's a good word.
So,
yeah, it's a solid word.
Solid.
Man, no one uses that shit enough. Kerfuffle. How
do
do you spell that? It's like K-E-R fuffle.
Yeah.
F-U-F-F-L-E.
Is that how
you won the spelling bee.
Is that how you spell it?
Yes.
K-E-R.
K-E-R.
Hey! Get it down, bro. Yo, I'm so shit at spelling. That actually made
gang, no.
fucking word up. Gang,
yes.
gang.
Do you remember one of the funniest places I heard it? I knew the word, but we started using it again because of Little Britain. I think they used.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Goat show. That's
yeah.
Why is that banned everywhere? It probably should be. It's fucking good.
I wonder if it would hold up now. Though.
No, it wouldn't.
No
way.
No,
not even
the
Office wouldn't even work now.
I tried to watch it. I didn't see The Office when it came out. I can't watch it.
No, The Office is too funny. That's the greatest TV show I've ever watched in my life.
OG Office.
But
like Ricky.
Hang on.
No,
the British Office.
No, the US.
US one. Which one was first?
Oh,
the British one.
The British one.
That's what I thought.
Of course. British. Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais is off his head. He's funny as fuck. But there is something to be said about like old shows. If you weren't there when it dropped, the way that Tiff and I tried to watch The Wire, which is apparently one of the greatest shows of all time.
Dude, me too.
But when we watched it, it was letterbox. It wasn't like widescreen. It was like 1 by 1 type of thing. So like,
gotcha.
And it was just
VHS.
grainy. Basically, yes, exactly. So we got through the first season. I think we couldn't do anymore. So I think we gave
I've seen
up.
a little bit more. Like, I've seen the same thing, like a couple episodes after the first season. I was like, you know what? Yeah. And then so a couple of homies said the same thing. You had to be there. It's one of those things you had to watch at the time. It's like very timely.
Yeah.
It's a time capsule in fucking technology, culture, phrases, references, everything. There's a bunch of shit that was just that. It's like fucking Coney 2012. Like, when the fuck is that? Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Someone brought that up the other day.
Fuck.
I was like, that is hilarious.
Yo, shout out to Easter Island, shout out to Eggwad, shout out to homie Eric. He is a funny cunt and brought up Coney 2012 like, I don't know, a little while ago. So random. He's like, yeah, don't forget this bullshit. And just slid it in on social media when, you know, it was obviously like a pre-COVID and shit. It was just funny as fuck. Like, this cunt just pulled out the Coney 2012 and I was dead. It was like, you know what? Everyone forgot about all that dumb shit.
That was a good time.
Well, not dumb shit, but you know what I mean? Like, just little fucking spritz on the socials.
And that went pretty wild. That was pretty popular at the time. The mans were talking about that. Pretty,
that was a rager.
Right? Fucking cunts were going in. That was a good time. That's fucking funny. Pivoting off dumb shit. One thing that was super cool last week, I think it was Thursday, Drake and Kanye did the free Larry Hoover concert at I think it was called the Hollywood Bowl or the Los Angeles Coliseum.
Los Angeles Coliseum.
That's Coliseum.
Yeah, Los Angeles Coliseum. Yeah,
and they fortunately streamed it live on Amazon Prime, which was super dope. And all three of us got to watch it. And Thursday's a drinking night for me. I was lit. Fucking, it didn't start till midnight our time because it was 9 p.m. West Coast, so midnight here. And maybe we should talk through the show, but
they had time to fucking start, didn't they? They were just mad.
Typical rap shows.
Rap time, yeah. We're watching the crowd for kind of this random.
Do you know why though?
Abstract shot.
They started. Yes, it was exactly right, but it said the stream started at 8 p.m. Pacific, which was 11 p.m. here, but the show didn't start till 9 p.m. So then it didn't come on till midnight. So we could watching just the crowd, like just waiting, kind of like the Kanye live events, like the Dahn listening events, kind of like that. But what did you guys think of the show? Like, it started with Kanye did a set. We weren't sure how it was going to go. Like, Kanye did a set, then Drake did a set, then Kanye came back. That's the TLDR.
Mm-hmm.
The stage was this like, it was like a volcano, like
it was insane,
like a round stage with
crazy.
Fucking UFO kind of upside down.
Yeah, there you go.
Not upside down. Kind of like UFO-ish, but it was all white. It's like a slow gradient to a flat top.
There you go.
Like not a tabletop, like a circular tabletop. If cunts know bike jumps.
Look at that. Nosh coming through with the descriptions.
Wow,
See, look at this. This is why the mountain bike.
I want to give our podcast listeners the visual because you need to paint a picture for mans, and I felt like that was the way to go.
I love it. You know what? See, this is the value. This is the diversity of interests.
No kerfuffle.
No.
No kerfuffle with this guy.
Yes.
No, not in this podcast, mate.
Podcast.
Quickly adopted. I appreciate that. That's good work.
That's good. So we have the tabletop thing. There was tons of smoke. It started with the Sunday Service Choir.
Yes.
And they did like 2 or 3 songs. They did their version.
So moving. That was actually proper as shit. Sorry, I jumped in.
No.
That was odd. Good. I love that bit.
What were the songs?
Do a great stuff.
They did the Easy on Me version from Adele that they did the twist and they made it about Jesus, which was Adele loved it.
Ready or Not.
Ready or Not, okay.
And Ultralight Beam.
Ultralight Beam, okay, that's why it was sick. So they did that. Then they walked down together. Kanye and Drake walked down like this. It was on like the bleachers or some shit. Like they were doing it. It looked like a high school football stadium.
It's very interesting.
Bleacher thing. Mm-hmm. They walked down the middle of it. They kind of like dapped up, and then Drake went off, and Kanye walked up and did his performance. He's been wearing these like gumboots. I don't know what people here call them. What do people here call gumboots?
So good. They look like moon boots.
Or rain boots?
Gumboots.
Rain boots.
Wellingtons.
Yeah, Wellingtons. Yeah.
Wellingtons are British, but I'm sure think North Americans who mostly listening. It'd be rain boots.
Just gummers, mate.
Fucking gamma. Fuck gammas on this guy. Yeah. So. They were
wearing undone golf gloves, oversized golfing gloves.
Yes.
And they were undone.
And they had the sweater that said Free Hoover, and then the jeans that had them. They were selling them online as well. So Kanye's set list. Oh, can you find the set list? Oh, you've got it. You don't fucking right. Can you read the set list? It was, which is cool.
He started off with Praise God.
Yeah, which is fuck that song slaps. Eh?
And then it's so good.
Fuck.
Great. And then he goes, let's go back to like the classics.
Okay.
And then I thought it was kind of unfair because it's like he plays all these songs. There's not really much that Drake can do. because he goes into
Like
Jesus walks, all falls down, gold digger, touch the sky, stronger, all of the lights, black skinhead, mercy, good life, flashing lights. I just couldn't believe it. And then he did Find Your Love,
which is cool because I think he either produced it or did the video or something.
Yeah. So he covered Drake's. Well, he covered it for Drake. And then he performed Runaway was the final song before Drake came on.
Yeah, that was great.
And then he did the last bit of Runaway saying, I want you back, more specifically Kimberly. And
yes. Like, and then like the next day they announced, Kim announced that she's dropping
the West name.
Yeah, like changing it and like actually filing for divorce and stuff.
Sad.
Super savage, but I imagine Kanye, even though he is the GOAT, he can't probably be the easiest individual to have as a baby, as a father, as a husband. So okay, so Kanye's set was cool. I didn't know what to expect. To me, that was like a greatest hit set, which is cool. Yeah. I'm a deep cut Kanye guy though. All of those songs, like I almost every one of them, I didn't even care about saying, do Through the Wire, do some fucking like 2 words or for the early stuff. So sick, even like Last Call.
That's not for the crowd though. The crowd don't want that shit.
That's what I think. You're right. I think that's what they were doing because it's more the new school Kanye fans don't really fuck with all that stuff, or they don't know about it. And even though he didn't really do anything else off Donda, he didn't do like
he just did right? Praise God, and then
he just did that. So he didn't do like Jail or any of the other like Hurricane or none of them joints. So
I think he did Hurricane on the second.
He might have come back. Okay, we'll get to that. Okay. So either way, I was like, it was cool, but a lot of those songs to me, as a Kanye fan, are just played out. I don't really love singles. I like like I said, I like the deeper cuts that have more meaning to them. Not that they're all fantastic songs. Obviously, Kanye's a go for a reason. To me, I would have liked to have seen more, but I guess the intention, like you said, Nosh, was that to sort of appease these current fans, because that's what's keeping him relevant today's all these hits that these kids who are about your age.
20 years ago songs.
You would have been 6 years old when College Dropout came out. So you would have. It's like your parents. If your parents played it, or if it was just around, like on radio, TV, and blah blah blah, like you would have been around it. But typically, a lot of kids that around the early 20s type of thing these days might not be hella familiar with all that stuff, or even care because they would be too young to care. I don't know. Anyway. I don't know what y'all think about that, but that was my feeling about it. But it was still dope, and it showed that Kanye is a great performer. I think he was fucking up some of the lyrics. Like, I feel like he hadn't... No,
but I feel like he's doing that because, you see,
he keeps waiting.
Donda was completely clean.
Yes. And because he's trying to clean up his other songs.
Yeah, and his verse on Forever and Father Stretch My Hands, where he's talking about fucking the girl, and if he gets bleach on his top or my ass, whatever. He didn't say it. But he didn't say any of the inappropriate lines in any of the songs.
I think he was
trying to suppress a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And he changed a bunch of words and that changed it for the worse. And it's like, and then sometimes he said, some cusses, and then sometimes he didn't. I was like,
yes, inconsistent.
Yeah, inconsistent with that.
Figure it out. Yeah.
But like a lot of the
inappropriate,
a lot of the really inappropriate bars, like he completely didn't do.
I just let the audience.
His verse on Forever, he didn't do it properly. Like,
and it was like he was rapping over his vocals almost the entire time. So like it was almost like it felt like, it felt like to me like a Versus performance where you kind of like a half rapping, some of them go in there, like some of the like say the original Verses is when like they was just playing the song and then they started to, how it slowly became performance based and they were like getting into it. And then eventually people were just playing the show mixes and just fucking doing a full performance. It kind of felt like the early Verses like that to me. And I totally forgot about the lyric changing. So that probably fucked him up because in his head, whatever we had to do. I had to do one show without you, Nosh, at the graffiti festival here. What's it called? Under Pressure. In like 2013. Right. And there were kids there and I wasn't allowed to swear and they told me right beforehand. And then I had to and like saying cunt, is a big part of our...
What did you replace it with?
Like, I didn't say cunt at all, but I just didn't. So I didn't. But
love it.
The banter was not there, the cussing banter. And then in the lyrics of the songs, I had to like if I just had to keep going, and just if I'm trying to say shit, I would just not say it or
Pull the mic away.
Pull the mic, because if you do it, you have to kind of find a physical method that's not going to throw you off. Because to me, when we're performing, it's all about, like exactly it's like a rhythm. You get in a groove and you just kind of, even if you don't really remember the lyrics, it's the pattern of the syllables that you remember.
No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like even if you're rapping along with something, it's the same concept. It's just, I don't know. We aren't the type, we don't sit around jacking off over ourselves and our own music. We make the song, we record it, we're like, done with it. So learning our own songs for performances was always a challenge for you and me. Like if when we were doing those like summers in 2013 and 2014 where we were like doing 20, 30 shows each summer.
You almost have to study yourself. It's like, I have to listen to this song like 5 times. Are you fucking kidding me? What sort of shit?
You got to try and find a way, or you'd read along with the lyrics.
But then like, you get a lovely
to
message from fucking random fan X, a month later, like, oh, I fucking love this song, cunt. It's like, oh yeah, listen to it daily. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry, cunt. Like,
all right.
But at the same time, you're like, bless your cotton socks, mate. But I don't know how. I listen to other cunt songs. I can't listen to my own shit 10 times. I know certain artists that absolutely bang their own shit like it's fucking out of control. But that's like, I just can't do that.
No, I cannot. It's an interesting thing, but
if I'm actually critiquing a mix of like my own shit or your shit or a collective shit, I'm going to listen to it a few times and just critique the.
But it's different because you're working on it.
It's not a general listening fun thing. It's like I'm actually making sure it's like finished and shit. So that's the only reason why I'll bump things, even if it's finished and I've sent it to you cunts or whatever the fuck, and I'll still listen to it and be like, But anyway, that's just how I fucking do it. But don't thrash your own shit.
Nah, I find it a little strange. But either way, so I can understand where he's coming from. He had to change all the stuff, and it kind of threw him off. But either way, it showed that he was a good performance. I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about, like Kanye reminded us who he is, and we need a Donda tour now. So
Jesus Christ.
So that was the first thing. Then they kind of trade. Did he just walk off and Drake came on, or did they have like one song where they? Because I can't remember. I think Drake came up and did.
They did Can't Tell Me Nothing together.
Okay, there it was.
That's what they did.
Can't Tell Me Nothing. Perfect one to finish up.
They had like a brief changeover. Yeah.
And what? No, that was it.
That was right at the end.
Wow. No, Dan already said it before. So then Drizzly stayed on, Kanye left. I mean, I was kind of hoping for a little more.
I was hoping like maybe
back and forth, one,
back and forth,
and just do each other's ad libs, just have fun together on this full set. But like Drake, there was other footage of Drake like just rapping along to Kanye songs, so it was cool to see that they'd squashed their beef. But Drake being a fan of Kanye, which was exactly why we liked Drake from the beginning. I remember Notion and I appreciated. I think I've said this on here before. We fuck with Drake because he sounded like Kanye and sounded like Fonte. So Drake is a fan of the same people we are, and it was cool to see one of the biggest artists in the world just fan out and just enjoy himself. Particularly someone he had beef with up until like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, tell us.
Yeah, man, his own rendition of 24 on Kanye's album,
which was great because that was like the trade-off with Find Your Love. Cool.
Yeah, it was cool. And then this is why I don't think it's fair, because CLB not being Drake's like greatest tape, he only basically did songs with that, and he started off with No Friends in the Industry.
He did, yes.
Yeah.
Which is a weird choice because there's No Friends in the Industry was almost like a bit of a diss to Kanye to a degree. I'm like, why'd you do that?
Very weird.
Maybe that's Drake still playing his games.
Who knows? And he did Laugh and I'll Cry Later, which was kind of cool. And he did Girls Want Girls, Way Too Sexy, Knife Talk. And then Kanye came back, and he did Hurricane, Father Stretch My Hands.
That was all Drake did.
That's all Drake did.
In comparison, eh?
That's all Drake did, yeah.
And it was probably, I wonder if the time was the same. Okay, interesting. I guess it's Kanye featuring Drake, really, with special guest Drake or whatever.
Oh, yeah, true. He did ask Drake to just come with him. It would have happened without Drake, I think.
100%.
So,
yeah. So it wasn't even intention. So whatever Drake did was probably 20 minutes or something.
Yeah,
if you think about what he did on those songs, because a lot of those songs had features that he didn't. They didn't always keep the verse of the other person on there. Okay, sorry, I cut you off.
So then Kanye did N-Words in Paris, Bound to Come to Life, and then they both came together to perform Forever.
That was really cool. That was really cool as well, and because that was the first song they did together.
Yeah.
That was like big because it was a single. I don't even think Forever was off Thank Me Later. I think
it wasn't
just
on any
it was a standalone single. So overall, though, it was a fun show. I just enjoyed I mean, I think we were all lit and we were all texting like, "Yo, he's doing this! Oh fuck!" You know, it was kind of fun. Like I enjoyed that experience with you guys, like just chatting about it and getting excited about the songs and stuff. And I think that happened a couple of times this year, maybe during some of the verses, the ones that we really cared about.
Yeah.
That we were like watching adamantly, and we were like, "Oh my god!" We're like, "Yo, they're doing it!" You know, like I don't know, kind of cool. Like it reminded me of that, even though things aren't what they used to be as far as restrictions and stuff. Things are more, man's out here, but it was kind of cool. Is Forever on something, or was it?
Forever was a single.
Oh, okay, so nothing else. So that was fun. I was happy that they did that. That was pretty dope.
That was cool.
So fucking good for Drizzly and Ye. I just want to give this dude a shout out. So I can't say how I discovered him because I'll tell you later. I can tell you off air, but I can't say it publicly. But I discovered this dude. His name's Mikhail Laxton. Mikhail. Is it Lax or Laxton? Laxton. Laxton. Yes. So I discovered this dude. I'm listening to his stuff. I'm like, yo, he's sounded like he sounds kind of almost like his voice like Chris Stapleton, which is like a real soulful country dude. I love his stuff. Tiff's mum put me onto it. And at first we used to make fun of her for it. Then I started listening to it. I'm like, oh no, it was the song with JT. We always play Say Something. The one with do you know the one? No, so Say Something with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Love that song. So
big tune.
Yes, so that song sold me on him, and then I actually listened to his music, and then I apologized to his mum. Like, you're right, he's fire. So this dude sounded like him, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. I went to his Instagram, and he had something at the top, and it said like it was like something about like, you know, living on the land of this tribe. So I was like, okay, maybe he's a indigenous Canadian dude. I'm like, okay, fuck, that's not what I expected this cat to be based on his voice. Like, so I'm scrolling through his Instagram feed, and then I see him wearing the Australian indigenous flag, which is the yellow sun with red at the top and black at the bottom. And I was like, oh fuck, maybe he's like a Canadian like indigenous cat who just reps for other indigenous cultures. And I watched a video of him talking, and he's fucking Australian. He lives in Ottawa.
Oh, yeah,
and he's like, I sent him. It was so dope. I sent you Nosh immediately the Instagram for this cat, and I went and listened to his EP.
Yeah.
He did like a cover of My Island Home, which is one of my favorite songs from Christine Anu, which is about Australia. Love, you know,
proper
wicked track. But I just wanted to shout him out, man. He was super cool. I just sent him a message, go, hey bro, I'm Aussie fellow.
I should sample that Christine Anu song. Sorry,
no, you
sample
should.
That.
I've always wanted to do that. I think I brought it up back in the day because I was obsessed with it for a while.
He does, and a great artist. I should have a look at that sample and see what I can come up with.
Well, because you could even sample this dude's version because I connected with him and he responded to me and we talked for a bit.
That's good too.
So I thought because he was in Toronto in the videos and stuff that I saw, because he was looking for an Aussie meat pie in Toronto, and I almost commented on that to tell him where, but I was like, I thought he was in Toronto, and he was like, no, I'm in Ottawa. But he's like, yeah, we should get together. I'm like, all right, just
tell him to go.
I didn't comment because I knew that there was that Kanga place on Queen.
Kanga, that's probably the most central that anyone can get to.
Yeah, exactly. I've just found. Do they stock pies?
No, they only have Vegemite and coffee to go.
Okay. By the way,
I have cheesy white rolls, which are proper. Anyway, that's a different story.
We'll do that over Christmas. I want to go do that.
Sure.
I want to get some coffee as well. But I found here, I got 3 big fuck off jars of Vegemite. Like, finally, they have them here.
Sick.
So I was.
What do you think of the found coffee?
Loved it. I'm still
the stuff from Australia. Was it good?
Yes, it's great. Fantastic. I mean, I had it both in lattes and in like a Chemex to pour over.
That's what I'm saying.
Money. That's really good.
Money.
Yeah. So I'm definitely going to cop some more. I'm looking forward to checking that place out. But anyway, I just wanted to shout him out. His music is amazing. On Instagram, it's Mikhail, Mikhail Laxton. I think that's his handle. It might have had a dot in there. I can't remember. But
there is a dot. Right.
There's a dot. Good man. So check him out. I just wanted to shout him out, man. I actually wouldn't mind having him on the pod because, one, I don't come across I was actually thinking about it. I was like, I don't know. I think you feel the same way, but Nosh and I can't really speak for you, Nosh, but I almost proactively avoided Australians moving here. I didn't move to the other side of the world to be around y'all. I fucking left y'all, man. No shade, but I just didn't want that, right? You move somewhere else.
You don't avoid, but it's always,
I rarely meet those people.
But that's a good thing
running
about
out of
Montreal. Well, in Toronto though, there was enough Aussies. Like everywhere we went, I felt like we moved there with our cousin, and
Rare, I mean, not.
Do you know why though? Because I worked at the Apple Store, which is the busiest retail environment in the country.
It's a fucking tourist location. That's a tourist spot.
Right. So people came through all the time.
Attraction.
There was a bunch of Aussies working there, and it was just around. So I didn't like avoid it, but I wasn't moving there to try and like play footy and fucking do all this Aussie shit. It wasn't my intention. And then here in Montreal, like you don't see any British people. I mean, no Aussies here either.
I met 2 British people.
You'd be pretty good at setting up.
I met 3 actually. I met 3 British people.
3 max.
Yeah, one through football. One is another guy I met through football as well, and one guy who delivered me my iMac was from England.
Interesting.
He came to my door with
Are you like mates with these people now, or you just
I just know them through football. Like, I haven't actually spoken to them after.
Okay.
One's a friend of a friend though, so yeah.
You probably could.
But yeah.
So it's an interesting thing when people move. So either way, I wouldn't go out of my way to find that. But then as soon as I saw this dude was Aussie, I don't know, I was like, oh, fuck. Because now we've been here 11 years. Like, I'm more interested in connecting with. And plus, obviously, going back is, I don't know, who knows. It's pretty tough right now. So, I don't know. It was more interesting to me that this dude, particularly was an Indigenous Australian, repping for it here and fucking has a voice that's insane. And he was cool. I sent a message and we chatted for a little bit. So I was like, all right, this guy's fucking cool and his music's dope. And he's from the homeland. So I want to shout him out. Shouts to you, my G. Yeah, I'll talk to him and see maybe next year we'll get little man dem on. You know, the vibes. What else we want to... Is there anything else we want to touch on before we get to the fun stuff with Dan stuff?
Spider-Man came out today.
Okay, I kept saying. So what's the deal?
I've been
with
actively avoiding everything on social media. I don't want to spoil. What? Spider-Man. It's called No Way Home. I think that's what.
Is it a live action or it's like a cartoon?
It's live action. Live action. Tom Holland and yeah. But yeah, apparently people are saying it's the greatest movie the MCU's like ever made. People saying like you see
the who's that?
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
MCU. Okay, I know that. Yeah.
And
really?
That's
a big call.
Apparently, it's incredible. I remember I don't know if you saw on your Twitter when Infinity War came out.
Yes.
And there were videos of people in the cinema screaming like, "Oh my god, this is insane!" Like, if people were acting like they weren't in the cinema, but like they were actually in a cinema, acting like they were at a sports game or something. But like that's apparently the same sort of vibe. People like standing up saying, "Oh my god!" Like they can't believe what's happening.
Were they?
Apparently, it's unreal. So
right.
I've literally not been on Twitter or Instagram.
Intentionally.
YouTube is intentionally. Like,
I heard there were spoilers dropped though.
There were so many spoilers. All my group chats are saying, "Yeah, don't go to it." Like,
so how are you going to see it?
Am I going to see the movie?
Yeah, you can go to the movies or can you get it
online or something? Oh, I'm going to go to the movies, definitely see it, but I don't know if you can. You probably will be able to do it online.
Because we've been watching stuff, you can, like, and I've paid for it a couple of times, you can pay like $25 and you get it on like YouTube or Amazon, like for brand new movies.
You can do that as well.
I'm like, well, I don't know, we got a nice TV. It's not incredible, but it's like decent. It's quite nice. Everything's like, it's, a year old, so it's like super new tech. I don't mind just watching it there. I mean, obviously I prefer the movies, but yeah, Man's Gun movies.
But like, yeah, it's
okay, interesting. I didn't pay any attention. I didn't know
it's going to be incredible. So,
all right.
Just avoid.
So you're probably going to have to go soon.
Yeah, so I'm just going to avoid spoilers and just see what. Hopefully, I just don't want to get spoiled. That's the only thing.
Is there something to spoil?
Apparently, like there's
because isn't it just happening. Like Spider-Man, bad guy, Spider-Man being the bad guy?
Apparently people, apparently Tobey Maguire's going to be in. Apparently Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, so all the Spider-Man.
I don't know Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland. Who are they?
Tom Holland's a current Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield was the one before Tom Holland. So there's
did we talk about this recently?
Yeah, we have talked about this before. Off podcast.
Was it on the podcast?
Off podcast.
Off podcast. I might have been lit, maybe. Last time you came by, I had too much. I had my new CBD, which has got.
Yeah, no.
I
think you were.
I was. Yeah, bro. I didn't even mean to be that lit.
Good work. Good work.
It's
okay.
You know the vibes, you know.
I do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
you Spider-Man.
Check out for that. And what else has happened this week? Changed my apartment. Started yoga.
Yeah. Apartment's looking
Christmas
nice.
is coming.
Yeah.
Arsenal played today. They won 2-0. It's great.
Win.
Great.
What do you two scallywag fucking cunts want for Christmas, eh?
A hug and a wristy.
Whoa! I got heaps of those.
Unlimited.
I've got a sack full.
Ooh, a big, well-groomed sack full. No pause. No pause. No pause. But I do have a question for you.
Why are you gay?
Well, it started from when I was a I used to, touch me ding dong in class, and teachers like, "Oh, you dickhead, you can't do that. There's cunts here." Anyway,
This guy's here. Do you know what? What was I going to say? One of my pet peeves, or if you want to put it the other way around, one of my favorite things about my favorite people is we can all. I mean, all of the closest people to me are not LGBT. Just happen to be that way, but I cannot stand a motherfucker who can't joke about themselves being gay. Like we just joked then. Like, I can't. Every close person. Think about all the people close to us in our lives. I don't know about your mates in England, but I'm asking, I guess. At least I can speak for me and you, Nosh. All of our at least our mutual friends, we always joke. And not, you know how the people you say something, oh, you love the cock, mate, or whatever, and they're like, no, bro, I don't fucking love cock, man. Like, I hate those motherfuckers. I hate that. Yeah.
No. All of our mates are like, yeah, no, I love cock.
Yeah, mate, like, I take the cock. Yeah, let's go. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Great. Good time. Yeah.
I can't.
It's good fun.
Dude, I can't. Exactly. Like, don't take yourself that serious. And that means they're threatened by. I feel like the people who would push back on that.
Nah, actually, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Are threatened by it. They're either homophobic or they're closeted or something like that. It has to be because.
Actually, I didn't think of that. 50-50.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be either or, because and maybe people who are homophobic might even be gay themselves because they're upset at themselves because they can't understand it. But it's cool that like no one gives a fuck about that these days because who cares? It's like, oh, you're gay, sweet. Anyway, like
sweet as and
mad people, exactly. And it's a different time, right? When back, even in the 2000s, rappers were regularly putting the F word in their raps, like regularly.
Oh, in the battle scene, dude. You know what's up? Like,
the battle scene made me laugh a lot, though. That was
the most, absolutely blatant. Like, do you know what? Instead of saying "and," I'm gonna drop that F-bomb. Let's go. You know,
it's pretty funny though.
Like,
actually,
funny, man.
The one thank you for mentioning the battle one. The funniest one, because usually all that stuff went away. Like people stopped using that word. Super prevalent. But I feel like battle rap was the last people to kind of like stop using it, or like, 'cause I feel like it's not only like offensive. I guess.
Underground. So I guess they got the last in trouble.
Yeah, exactly, because it's still pretty an underground thing. But it was also kind of lazy if you use it. It's like a very easy thing that obviously it's not true for the vast majority of people that are battling. It seems to be a straight male thing. But, like it's I remember Cannabis and Disaster. Cannabis has a pretty funny line about it that
oh my god,
personal fave of ours, the Magnet. Are you a anyway? Look it up.
Favorite for our buddies, anecdote.
You're a
360 battle. Yeah.
Yo, I speak to Six almost every day, and I should tell him. I think I might have told him actually recently. I was like, yo, that line it's the dumbest and the least creative, but it's
just me and Nosh quote it to each other all the time. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Don't even think about it. Like,
if I have a battle,
you write it down on paper for me and send it to me for Christmas.
I don't frame it up
on paper.
Yeah,
just want to frame it.
That's it.
Because you say it.
Just I want 2 copies. I want one for me and Nosh.
One for Nosh and one. Please, dude.
I'll ask him. I'll be like, hey, I'll give you the.
And on the back it says "Love Uncle Six."
Yes,
that's all I want. Because he's younger than us. What a little cunt.
Yeah, I love that guy. Anyway, I don't know why we're talking about that, but anyway, because either way, just be cool and make fun of stuff and make fun of yourself, as in like don't take yourself so seriously that you can't sort of joke about it. So your man's in England then, because literally every male friend.
None of my friends will push back.
Pause. Like, as in, like, if you insinuate that they might be homosexual, do they come back and say, "Oh yeah, fuck yeah, bro, I'm all about it"?
Oh yeah. Okay, as a joke, like no one would ever be like, "Oh my god, no, don't say that." Like,
right.
As in, like,
how do you feel if someone says that? Do you feel how we feel? Like, it's like, dude, what's your problem?
Yeah, it's kind of like. Chill. Like,
if you're the same age as you, then it's a problem. If it's a young person that's not really knowing what's going on or like still figuring life out, you can't be too hackers on them. But
I don't know if I talk like that to a young person.
No.
Well, that's the thing, you don't. You have to play your crowd, I guess. Yeah. It's a weird stitch.
And you're gonna know, like, you gotta play to the crowd, know your audience. Like, if all the friends that you have often, like, it's almost like, I don't know if this is a weird thing or whatever, but it seems common. Like, almost everybody I know, like, in every, whether it's people through music, people I used to work with, people through beer. We all do those jokes to each other all the time, and it's so universal, and nobody has a problem with it because it's not like
because it's funny.
It's because you an offer. It's funny, but it's like
an endearment bro thing.
Yes, that's what it exactly. And usually, to be honest, more times it's the person making fun of themselves before someone else even said it. Be like, "Oh, don't show me that, bro. I'm getting hard." Like you dick, like whatever, or like I don't know. Oh yeah, like pause. But I'm saying it's like.
Ruth, mate, what are you?
You okay?
All right, pause. Oh
Pause.
yeah, now that just caught me off guard.
Yeah, no, you're right, mate. You're right, mate. Either way,
I don't know what to do with your mate, but anyway, we're having a good time.
Having a great fucking time. So anyway, be cool about it and don't be mean and just be like, make fun of yourself. It's fun because they take yourself seriously. I don't want to be around anyone who takes themselves too seriously. You're probably a wanker. And I don't fuck with wankers. I mean, everyone jerks, but I don't fuck with wankers.
You're
Feel me?
philosopher.
I'm what?
You're philosopher.
Right? So.
Urban philosophy, easy.
That's what they call me. So, let's run in. Dan's put together every week. He's been putting together these, what would you call them? Like the categories, like 4 rappers in different categories.
Yeah, little
and making it tough.
Sort of thing.
And also the one's got to go and stuff like that. So,
yeah. Okay.
Daniel?
I'm going to start with I'm going to see if you guys... Did you guys listen to Tyler Creator before...
I did.
2010, Tyler.
We went, fun fact, did we talk about the show we went to?
No.
We went to South by Southwest in 2011.
I think I remember saying.
Yeah. And we saw the very first thing where they did 3 songs and he didn't like the crowd and called everyone F words and smashed the microphone and left. It was great. So yeah, we've listened to him from like...
He was shit.
What's that song called?
Yonkers.
Since Yonkers was like since the very first thing we've been on Odd Future.
Lovely. Okay. So this is just a little debate. I'm going to start with a little debate first. Old Tyler versus new Tyler, and why?
I think the new Tyler is technically better music because he's an example of... Exactly. He's evolved into this charismatic... He was already producing, but he's now singing and doing funky stuff and soulful shit. And first it was shock rap. Over these hard gutter beats.
Rap.
Lo-fi, weird stuff where they're just saying the craziest shit.
But it just sounded so good as well at the same time. It sounded mad.
And they were willing to do anything. They were crazy. Like, they were almost like... It was like Jackass meets Necro or something.
Well, almost like Gravediggers, but like a little more modern.
Horrorcore. Yes.
But horrorcore, that's exactly what it is. That's the genre I was trying to do. For the goblin shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they were doing... To me, they were like the type that if you hung out with them, you didn't know what could happen. They reminded me of the Jackass dudes. Like
Jackass, that's it.
They would like... It was Jackass meets Necro. That's what I would describe the stuff as. Like, extreme, really wildly exaggerated, crazy shit. And also, if you were around them, you'd probably lose a tooth or break an arm or something. Yeah. Like, they were just crazy.
They were absolutely insane.
And they'd jump off stuff, or they'd be skating and fall and smash their face in.
Yeah, they'll do like...
And laugh about it.
Yeah, they'll do skating tricks they know they can't do.
Yes.
Just because it's...
And hurting themselves is funny. They're laughing at how much they hurt themselves. I hope they have healthcare. Anyway, so I would say the new stuff, but the old stuff was good for shock value, but the growth is very, very impressive. I think the new stuff is probably superior. Even though I don't really listen to much of their shit either, but I definitely, it's pretty obvious the new stuff is superior.
Yeah.
Everyone feel the same?
I agree. I did love his art.
I did too. Yeah, the evolution is similar to like Mac Miller, because he became more of a rounded producer and like he's got different kind of styles and textures, met different musicians, got different influences, and so yeah, Tyler's fucking just exactly what you said, man. Just like really got a whole bunch of new sounds and new image and carried on with it nicely, but he's still keeping it gutter a lot. He still switches the fun, happy shit into some dark fucking crazy switch ups. Like he's got it going on. He still pays homage to the old stuff, but he's evolved to a more rounded producer and a more rounded writer. So it's definitely doper to see the new stuff keep going.
Love it. Love that. Yeah, I agree. But although I do love old Tyler, I'd still listen to it.
Oh, for sure. I just kind of wouldn't mind.
Yeah, it's so sick. Do you guys listen to a rapper called Lil Dicky? He's like a comedy rapper.
Yeah.
So great.
Don't regularly listen.
Don't regularly, but I appreciate it. I think he's pretty
His
cool.
videos are always super fun.
Yeah, it was really good. Alright, we'll do the one gotta go first. I want to see if we have a bit more time. We'll do one gotta go and why.
Okay.
Okay. The Locks versus Griselda.
Who's got to go?
Yeah.
Probably Griselda. Locks are just, they've been around too
Yeah.
long, 25 plus years, consistent as fuck. I don't think Jadakiss has ever had a weak bar. He's just one of these, and to see the Locks as a whole after verses, to get the respect that they deserved. I feel like
Jadakiss is still all over my Twitter just because of what he did on
verses, right?
Like, it was insane. Like,
and he's been featured. I feel like his feature price probably went up, and he's been everywhere. He's on everyone's shit. He's on Russ's album. Like, I feel like it's like every solid project that comes out has a Jadakiss feature in the last couple of months.
he's sick.
Yeah, so but all respect, Griselda are the new incarnation, I guess, of the Lux in this day and age. Sort of, I love it as well that they're not 20. Like, I love that they're like mid-30s, mature dudes who have been through life, been to jail, really sold drugs, and really been successful.
Got shot in the back of the head and
survived.
He raps about how the doctor said he wouldn't ever be able to walk again,
and now he's
just a normal guy. Just half his face is collapsed, but like, that's a small price to pay to be shot alive in the back of the head. Like,
it's kind of crazy.
It's actually insane.
So no diss to them in any shape or form, because they are holding down lyrical rap, if you want to call it that. Essentially, they're the forefront of lyrical rap in the 2020s. So like, more power to them. The more successful they get, the more power the rap in and of itself, like grimy rap. And I don't think they'll change for anything, because why would they?
I've never heard any either a feature or like a Griselda actual song where it's like, this sounds very weird, or this sounds like it's not there.
Like they sold out.
Yeah. Like, you never hear them on like a fucking Lil Uzi Vert song.
Never.
Like,
but you know what? They might appreciate that music, but if they do rap on that song, they'll rap exactly the same way.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Would be incredible.
Ayo!
Yeah,
Ayo!
it would be so sick.
Yeah.
It would be sick. But I agree. LOX. No, Griselda got to go.
But, reluctantly.
Yeah, reluctantly.
Oh, yeah, no? Sorry. Did you...
100%. Same shit.
Love it.
Lovely.
Griselda would have to go, unfortunately, because Locke's got the dynasty, and everyone can rap their tits off, and neither one of them have a shit verse when they do feature, and they're fucking absolute bangers. So yeah,
all right,
hands down.
Love it.
So both of these rappers have very small discographies.
Okay.
Lil Dicky or Will Smith?
As far as who's got to go.
Who's got to go?
Yeah, Lil Dicky can go, because again, Will Smith got the dynasty and the old school hits that I grew up with.
I love Will Smith songs. Like, I love
getting jiggy with it.
So. Yeah, I love them tunes.
Yeah, I used to love that shit.
Unfortunately,
Do you know who wrote Getting Jiggy with it?
Nas.
We talked about that?
Yeah.
So was dropping gems.
So sick. But yeah, I grew up in that as well. Like, incredible. Big Willie style. Great album.
Do you know what? I'll be controversial and I'll say Will Smith got to go, because I feel like overall, whilst he had some actual real solid hits that I enjoyed. I remember I bought that Boom Shake the Room on cassette.
Yeah,
cassette single in the 90s.
Jesus.
Like, back in the day. So I always fuck with Will Smith too. Fresh Prince was a big show, whatever. I don't know. These days, though, I don't really want to listen to Will Smith music, to be honest. But Lil Dicky, I don't listen to him either. But at least his shit is super creative and it's interesting.
I think Lil Dicky's technically a sick rapper. Like,
he's always got a giggle.
Technically, he's incredible. He has a song with Snoop Dogg called Professional Rapper.
Yes, that's a good one.
Oh my god.
It's very clever.
Unreal. Like, he's so good.
The concept.
Too, obviously.
Wouldn't be surprised. Just like the back, it reminds me of almost like the approach, not comparing him to Eminem, but like the approach that he took with like even something like Guilty Conscience or whatever. These real story-focused tracks that have a strong theme. It's not just like, verse, chorus. Maybe it does have that. Yeah, and it's just like painting this picture, this kind of... Well, I know what you mean. Exactly. So I would be controversial and say that.
I get you. Well, I'm gonna let Lil Dicky go there, because I feel like Will Smith is the sentimental,
legendary.
Yeah, it's like he barely dropped any tapes, but what he did drop was like actually meaningful in my life. Like, it's incredible. Like, I grew up on that and College Dropout. Incredible.
That's completely fair.
And the final one gotta go. D12 versus Odd Future.
D12 probably.
D12
Oh, hang on.
go.
I mean, the D12 album was always cool, and obviously Dahn Porter, I think, is the producer who's like crazy. He's still like working with everybody. Is that right? I think he goes by Mr. Porter now.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Am I right? Okay, yeah.
And he works full time at Heaven Studios with Royce and does all of his co-production and engineering. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I love that. I knew there was something to do with Royce there. Okay, so
he's amazing. He sings and writes. He's fucking a mad cunt. He's ridiculous. He's
so I wonder then, and Odd Future stuff is pretty because Odd Future includes Frank Ocean. That's a big thing.
I know Sweatshop.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Are you serious, Cal?
Did you know that's how Frank Ocean came up?
I don't think I honestly, dude. No.
Yeah, he was.
They did a cipher called Oldie.
Jesus.
And his verse, even though it's short, he was just rapping and it was so sick.
Yeah.
Like Frank Ocean it was so good.
He's definitely one of like the Andre 3000 level kind of goats. He's just creative as fuck.
Truth.
So the interesting thing is it's a tough kind of question though. I mean, yeah, like
I still think Odd Future's got to go because D12. I grew up with him and we saw him and there was fire. And I met Proof at the fucking battle that I was in with the CineFan battles and the finals. And I don't know, man. Definitely more of a affinity for D12 than Odd Future.
Understood. Yeah. It's a tough one. Maybe I will just say Odd Future got to go because D12 were pretty sick. They had the 2 albums, The Devil's Night or whatever.
Very aggressive, fucking super lyrical, fucking dark rap. Super sick though. Very funny at times too.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that was super funny. What was the joint? My band was funny. There was one joint. Maybe I'm thinking of the joint off. What's the joint off Marshall Mathers?
Amityville? No.
Was it Amityville? Where they? No. Can you bring that up? It's just like it's the joint with all of them on them. They all have fucking amazing verses. Marshall Mathers is the first one. Is that it? Yeah. This it says featured in D12, so we have to find out now. Under the Influence.
Oh my god!
Oh, I know that song.
Yeah, classic.
And all the verses are. Like Eminem's verse obviously is crazy, but everybody fucking killed it.
That is so cracked. Now it's playing in my head. That's fantastic. Finish up.
Yeah, that shit is great. If I can listen to that.
Oh, heard of it rhyme. Yeah, out of control.
What was that? Yeah, fuck yeah, I need to listen to that song now actually. Fuck. Yeah, but that was okay. For that alone, that song alone. Fuck. Insane.
I'm gonna cue it up. Hold the phone. Just for myself later.
Yeah, do it. Can't forget.
Bunch of cats.
Okay, next one's Daniel. That's it for the one gotta go,
That's
right?
it for the one gotta go.
Now the other ones are the
most influential, best lyricist, best discography, and most transcending.
Okay.
Cool. And I think we should make most influential be more personal. And most transcending, because that kind of goes
transcending. Yeah. Okay.
I think transcending should be the wider society and influential should be personal.
I love that definition. That's wrong with that.
Most influential between Stormzy, Dave, Benny the Butcher, and Black Thought.
Jesus Christ. If it's now personal...
Transcending?
No, this is influential, but personally influential. So it's probably easier to answer this question personally than... So it'd probably be Black Thought, like over and above everybody, like by leagues, and either Stormzy or Benny the Butcher, because I don't really like... Both of them are somewhat equal, and then Dave, not so much for me. He'd probably be fourth. Yeah.
Exactly it. Black Thought, Stormzy, Benny, Dave.
There you
go. I would do Dave number 1, Stormzy 2, Black Thought 3, Ben 4.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'd do.
Be your own.
Be your own. Sorry, guys.
It's always your own notion.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Okay. I like it though. Splitting it, half UK, half US rappers. Okay. Alright. Next is
best lyricist.
This is a very tough one. I mean, obviously Black Thought's the GOAT, so he's in that.
Same order for me.
Same order?
Yep.
You know what? I think I might agree. And there's no shade to Dave. It's just I haven't heard enough of him, and I know what he does is crazy. It's just I haven't heard enough. And Stormzy has probably a larger catalog than Benny overall. I think.
I think he does.
I think I might be
I
wrong.
reckon Benny just has so many hidden gems that we don't know about. But like
most
Lots
likely.
of feet shit.
And it's kind of a one-trick pony, whereas like Stormzy can do a lot of different stuff. He's doing grime, he's doing double time, he's singing, he's doing straight up, hip hop, like that pop stuff. So and Stormzy, I fucking love Stormzy, man. He's so fucking dope. So yeah, I'd agree with Nosh.
I would do Dave number 1, Black Thought 2, Stormzy 3, Ben 4.
All right.
That's what
Is this for you mostly because maybe
I think
exposure?
Dave's lyrics are incredible. Dave's like up there with like some
Like Jay?
it's so difficult because I think he's actually genuinely up there. He's literally up there with like probably under Jay, but like in that category. If we're putting in like greatest lyricists I've ever heard, then like he's in there, like 100%.
Okay.
But like, yeah, not Jay, but like he's in that category.
Okay.
Best discography.
I mean, look, Black Thought, you're gonna have to count the Root stuff because he's only done those Stream of Thought, like 1, 2, and 3 as a solo artist. So like the Root stuff is almost untouchable. And then the rest from there, same order again because Dave was only last because I just really heard.
Yeah.
I've heard the 2 albums and that's it. Stormzy's stuff I think is superior to Benny's. I don't know if he has more or less because he might have had some older stuff before the gang signs.
He got hits, but he doesn't really have hits. He has more underground fucking bangers and like cultural things.
Yeah, and if I had to choose one to listen to more as far as discography, I'm definitely going to choose Stormzy over Benny.
Yeah, it's more fun overall. More
wow, that's three from 3, exactly the same then, Nosh.
Is that boring? Fucking hell. Makes sense though.
I don't want to be, but
we're giving valid reasons.
As long as we got a good reason.
I would do.
Have you heard much of the Roots? Just out of curiosity.
No.
Yeah, that's fair. If you haven't, then it's hard to put that in.
I probably have. I need to be reminded. Let me just check on Apple Music.
Like which albums?
Yeah, because I've listened to what's the 1, 2, 3 State Prisoner. No, that's the song, right? Streams of Thought. And
Streams of Thought is
the
the
song.
solo stuff.
So I've listened to some of that. Yeah, State Prisoner is song number 3, and Good Morning as well. But I need to check the Roots stuff.
So the Roots have like it depends. See, for us, like I guess I remember buying Illadelph Half-Life in 1996. That album is my favorite by far, but that was their like second or third if you count Organics. Yeah, that one with the T-shirt. That was the first. It was technically one I think before that with the all black cover. It was meant for that. No, okay, no, it's not.
Back in 1 second.
Yeah, mate.
All right.
Do You Want More? This is like very jazzy.
Okay.
Super jazzy and no real hits off of it. Illadelph Half-Life. Oh, Things Fall Apart was. This one has what's it called? You Got Me. Yeah, with Badu. Just wrote that shit. Illadelph, the single, is probably Section, is one of my favorite songs of all time. It's got the best snare I've ever heard in my life.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few other joints. This is their more like a little bit touch. I think like D'Angelo or some cunts on there like that. Is it D'Angelo? No. But this is such a brilliant album. I love this one so much. Push Up Your Lighter. There's so many fucking joints off this one. I think knowing your taste in the stuff that I like, I think you would really, really like this album.
Okay.
To me, that's the favorite one. But then the other stuff that was bigger, there was the album called Phrenology.
Mm-hmm.
That had the Seed 2.0. Do you remember that? With Cody Chestnut.
I've got it here.
So they got the Seed on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this album was big. This had a big that was a big single, and then Break You Off with Music Soul Child, sick joint. I think that was on this album too.
I need to listen to it.
Yeah, honestly, fuck man, you're making me listen to the Roots. Then the other album that me and Nosh really liked was fuck. We used some of the beats off our old mixtapes. What's another album?
They have this is Central album. Here's all the albums.
Okay, keep going. Oh, The Tipping Point. The Tipping Point.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that one. So that's the Malcolm Gladwell book. What's the joint? It says, Don't Say Nothing. Oh yeah, this is such a I don't care. Oh man, this Guns Are Drawn is crazy. Oh man, This album is fucking crazy. I forgot about it. Who's gone through the root stuff? What was the joint we rapped over on your mixtape when we did like a roots joint off Tipping Point? Was it like Don't Say Nothing?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Off it's my turn.
Yeah. And then these other ones are like they're all like kind of cool. I feel like they got a little patchier, or I didn't really care as much going into the rest. Like How I Got Over. Actually, How I Got Over was really cool. Undone, Wake Up. What's this one called? Rising Down. I had that on vinyl actually. Yeah, man. Either way, like their catalog is fucking insane. Like, it's just insane. And you think about like they were the real first hip hop band with a full.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely incredible.
And the fact they've gone on to do that, they were pretty underground. I think we saw them live like 4 times. I've seen them
4 times. Yeah, I think I maybe seen them 3. I think you saw them one time in maybe where I did in the States or something
in
like
Toronto. That. I think I saw them in. I went by myself. They did a show at like the city on like King at the front of that theater, the Princess Theater there in that ground.
Oh,
like
no
an outdoor show.
Right.
When we first moved there, I went by myself. No one, Mans didn't come with me. But either way,
just jerk. That's right, cool.
Jerk. Yeah, Roots is sick. So either way,
not exactly, but
yes. So either way, they're amazing. Your discography. So you said Dave? No, you said
no. I think Stormzy. Obviously, yeah, Black Thought. Then, obviously, well, I need to listen to it, but I already know that it's gonna be up above Benny and Dave. But then I feel like Benny would be last and Dave would be third. Or really?
That's probably fair. Like,
yeah. I'll go Stormzy, Black Thought, Dave, Benny.
Okay, fair.
That's what
fair.
I'll do.
The last one is
Most
Transcending. If you're talking the world of hip hop, which I imagine is probably, or if we're talking the overall world, like as far as the 4 of them, like Black Thought just has the longevity that and he's widely regarded to be kind of the reach, but also he's been around
the national platform for I guess international because of the show, the Fallon show.
I think that certainly counts towards that as well because that's been their biggest sort of look as far as the mainstream. But like the first records came out in like 92, 93 or something. So they have been around for coming up on 30 years in the industry, and Black Thought's always been an exceptional rapper, and I feel like he's on almost everybody's top 5. Like if he's not, you gotta think about that. So like look yourself in the mirror. Have a good hard fucking look at yourself, man.
Have a good fucking look. You can't.
It's like fucking say, man. So yeah, I would say you'll probably have to say him. Then I would say Stormzy, but Stormzy's main influence is still relegated to the UK. But he has had such a higher level. You could say his reach would be larger than Benny's, even though most of Stormzy's success is kept in one region. And then probably Benny, and then Dave. If you want to compare him in those things, I think if you went to the UK, Dave would be a different conversation. But with the other 2 American artists, I don't think Dave is even in that stratosphere. So we discuss as far as transcending. So we'll probably be the same order again, unfortunately, for boredom.
Isn't that magical? So the way that Dan gave it to us is just like a magical order. Pause. I mean, maybe also whatevs.
No.
Fuck. It can be fucked. Just drop it in, mate. Who cares?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I like to think.
All right.
So same order. Black Thought, Stormzy, Benny, Dave.
You, mate.
Beauty. Daniel?
Lock it in.
Who's transcending, Daniel? Who's transcending? This is the world at large. This is not just Milton Keynes,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. Then
that's a local. Oh.
Black Thought, Stormzy, Dave, Benny.
Okay.
That's what I'll do.
Okay.
I think Dave has almost as much influence in the UK as Stormzy does.
That serious?
Yeah. Yeah, Dave is like big.
I kind of respect him almost more because his name is just Dave.
Yeah, just Dave.
It's just Dave.
Dave.
What is that from again? Ali G, right?
Ali G in the house. Yeah, that cat's fucked. Solid duff for that one.
So that's it for that?
That's it for me.
I love it. And look, it's perfect just before the 1:15, which we always aim for like an hour 15. Look at that. Nailed it. Fuck it. Get that dog up.
On the button, Cam.
Noosh, where can everyone find you online?
Mate, surfing on fucking
information superhighway.
Wait, yeah, I was gonna say surf it on your mum, but like, yeah, that's also like on the web too, like whatever you want.
Well,
At Notion Baby on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. At Illnote Studios on Instagram and Facebook. illnotestudios.com, notionbeats.com. Give me a fucking shout, mate. Dan?
I Dan Johnson on Instagram and Twitter, and HCFJXMING on Twitch and Instagram. I will be uploading very soon, maybe. I will.
I'm going to be consistent till the matters.
I'll try.
And y'all can get me at CWFOR on Instagrizzle and Twitter. Guys, thank you so much for watching and listening in, for dealing with our tardiness this week. Very likely, we'll probably do a next week episode, I guess. Maybe we'll see if maybe we can even do it on the Tuesday, because it depends what happens with this place as well, how ripped apart it is. There's multiple factors.
True.
So we could keep in touch about it. And then we'll definitely do a year-end wrap-up the following week, and then might take a week or two off when you're in England. I think we discussed that. We'll keep it going up until the end. Then we'll take the first couple of weeks of January off, and then we'll be back after that. So thank you so much for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the episode, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the flippin' notification bell.
Ding!
So you know when the new drops. Follow us on social media everywhere at The Movement Fam. We are usually here. We usually go. I was going to say go live. What's the word? The content premieres at 8 p.m. Eastern every Monday. This week is an exception. We're going to try and make sure everything's good as for the next couple of weeks. But it's also the holidays and cunts are busy and.
Russ drinking eggnog and get shit faced. Don't worry about it. Take it easy.
Fucking boom.
I've still never had eggnog before.
Never had it?
Yeah.
Oh, put some cognac or brandy in it, mate. You'd be sweet as, eh?
Yeah, spiced rum.
I do want to try.
I love it. Or coffee. It's great to have it in coffee. But I don't like lactose, like having milk. So like there's an oat milk. I've got a coconut milk version of it. It's too thin and weird, but I want to try the oat milk version. Oat milk is god tier shit. Thumbnail, by the way.
Yes. Get all the Adidas logos in it.
Get all the Adidas in it.
Get all the Adidas in it.
I'm gonna have to move so they can see me fucking tits. Hang on a second.
Oh, I see your tit. There you go.
Wait, this height.
Got it. All right, y'all. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Have a safe week leading up to Santa's visit, and we'll see you fuckers next week. Get a dog in and or around ya. Dogs.
Inside
wolf.
You is the
dogs.
Best way to put a dog.
Dog. Get a dog in your puss hole. Get a dog, man. Dog for you. Get a dog. Use car. Okay, I'm gonna press on and finish. Bye.